So recorded the things have started recording. Now there are 10 people, so I'm waiting for few people to join because still there are people are joining. But right now it is 7:32 in my clock, so let us start. Shall I start? Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
O- Okay. So this is my desktop, and I will search this ETAP 2016. I will double click on it. Then after that, you will have to wait a little bit. And as we have saved that drawing, we'll open that drawing. Okay. Now you can see that once you have created some the modeling, then you have stopped and now you want to restart that drawing. So you can go to this open existing model, or if you have that, you can see that example for batch 19. So your batch is batch number 19. So you can see that here. So either you can click over here, or you can go to open existing. So it will give you to the table. Then I will go to the folder. So that is my computer, and in my computer I will go to D drive. In D drive I have saved it at ETAP tutorials, and under this ETAP tutorial you will see that batch number 19. Where is that? Yeah, this is example for batch number 19. So double click on that and it will open whatever you have created in your previous session. Clear? Any doubt into this? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Yes, yes. If you have a doubt, you can ask. Okay, so this was the drawing, and right now I will right click on the right side window, and then I will go to view, and I will go to set display options, and under that I will extrude the frame. So I can click on that and click on OK. So that 3D model will disappear and you will get a line, that frame model in single line. Okay. Now you were asking me about how to trim. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let us say we'll draw, let's say, what I will draw a line. So I will select this, let's say, and I will replicate this on left side. So I will go to minus X. Okay. So go to edit, then go to replicate option, and under this option you can choose linear. So here there are four facilities. Either you can go linear replication, or you can go for radial, you can go for mirror, or you can duplicate everything as per story. So right now we want to have another frame over there at say spacing at, let's say, minus, because on the negative side of the line which I have selected. So minus, let's say, 1.2. Okay. And then I will apply and I will close. Now you can see at 1.2 I have drawn this. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say that you want to trim this. Okay. So the first will be the edge on which you will trim. Second will be the object that you have to select which you want to trim. And then you have to select the point on which side you have to trim that object. Okay. So number one will be the trimming edge. Number two will be the object to be trimmed. And number three will be point on which side you want the object to be trimmed. Okay. Okay. So I have selected, and then I will go to edit, click on edit, and click on align joints, frames, and edges. So I'm clicking on that, and you will see now here I'm getting trim object, extend object, etc. etc. So on that, I will click on trim object and I will apply. You can see the trimming has been completed. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now there is no confusion, or still you are having any confusion?
There is no confusion, sir.
Okay. Now let's say that you will draw one thing over here, and let's say that you want to trim the two objects. Say I will draw, let's say I will draw a beam over here. Okay, somewhere. So how I can do that? Yes. So the first thing is that I want to select the object which I want to offset or which I want to replicate, or I may create a joint over here, a joint over here. So let us do that option. So I will go to draw. In draw, I will go to draw point object. So this is draw point object. Okay, click on that, and let's say I want to draw the object on positive y-axis. Okay, so the plan offset here, let's say it is 2 meter or 2.25. Okay, but it is in mm. So 2.25 will be considered as mm. So I will go for 22 to 5. So, so this is in mm. Why I'm choosing? Because the unit here is mm. Okay, so then I will click this point. So from this point on positive y-axis, it will create a point at a distance of 2220 mm, or 2.25 means 2250. So let's say 2250. Okay, so 2250. So now I will click on this, and you can see a point is drawn over here. Then I will click on this, and you can see the point is drawn over there also. Then then I will go and draw the line. So draw beam. Then I will select the property as beam. So always see that what property is there. So right now the property is there is column 300 by 500 M20. I don't want that. So I will highlight it, and I will select a beam of 230 by 450 and M20. Okay. And then I will draw a point from this point to this point. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to remove this left side as well as the right side, then you can select the two edges. Then you will select the object to be trimmed, and you will select this joint as well as this joint, and then you will go to edit and align and trim and apply. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now one more thing, you can see that now if I click this, now actually the point is over there, but the beam is not connected to that point. So in that case, either I want, so here I will see how you can delete. So if you want to delete this joint, you can delete by just selecting and then going into delete. So the joint is removed. And now let's see, you want to break this beam into one beam of this length and another beam of this length. That means you want this joint to be connected to the beam. So select the point, select the beam, then select the point, and go to edit, and under edit, edit frames, and now divide frames, and under that, divide the frames at the intersection of selected frames and joints, because you have selected one frame and you have selected one joint. So you can use this option and apply and close, and now you can see the beam is getting separated. Okay, the beam is getting separated. You can see the highlighted portion is only this. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is how you can use various editing options. Now, later on, when you will go for your actual drawing, you will see that all these dimensions you must have on your general arrangement drawing. When we will be going to create a practical problem, to create a ETAB model of a practical framing, then we'll see how this can be. Right now, I'm just putting some arbitrary distances, and I'm trimming so that we'll understand how the commands can be operated. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, yeah, now we'll go further ahead, and you can see that if you are having, let's say, plan, if you go to story number one, you will see that this is a story number one. Then you can see this is your story number this. So it is a different framing all. Then you can see a different framing over here. Then you can see a different framing over here. Now let us say that I don't want this framing. So I will select them. I will select them, and I will select them, and then I will delete it. So you can see it has been deleted. Now if I click on this, now this joint also I can delete. So I will delete this joint. But if I select this, as this joint is joined by the two frames, and if I select and if I do delete, it is not getting deleted. Why? Because already if you delete the joint, how this beam will have the connection, because this is not one beam, these are two beams. Now let's say you want to create right now you say that sir, now I don't want this beam. So you can select this beam, you can select this beam, and then you can go to edit, and under edit you can go to edit, and now instead of divide frames, you will go to join frames, and you will see that the point is deleted. Clear? And now if I click on that, you will see the whole beam is selected and not the part. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So with this facility, you can divide the beam, you can join the beam, or you can have a point added on that. But never ever understand. See, you physically you may find the point on the beam, but you have to check whether the point is uh, uh, connected to the beam. If the connection is not there, then there will be a one point. Okay, clear?
सर एक क्वेश्चन था,
हाँ,
अगर सर कैंटिलीवर बीम ड्रॉ करना हो तो?
कुछ नहीं, मान लो यहाँ पे आपको कैंटिलीवर ड्रॉ करना है. So let's say the cantilever is having 1.2 distance. So what I will do, I will go to draw, then I will go to draw points, and in draw points, I will bring it over here, and let's say y will be 0 and x will be, let's say 1.5, or let's say 2 meter. So I'm creating distance of 2 meter. That means I have to go in mm, that is 2000. 1, 2, 3. Clear? Then I will select this grid point. So the point will be added over there. Then I will select this point, and point will be added over there. And then I will go to draw, then draw beam, and I will draw the beam, and let's say 230 by 450. So I will draw a beam from this point to this point, enter. Then I will draw a beam from this point to this point, and then no, it is not properly drawn. So let us draw it again. So that clicking is also very important. So draw beam column, and see the property is 230 by 450. Then you will click on grid point, and then you will click on joint, and then you will click on another joint. So now you can say that this is a cantilever. This is a cantilever, and on the cantilever ends, this is the beam. Clear?
Yes, sir.
That also means that your you can draw anything outside the grid also, not necessary that everything has to be inside the grid. You can so the grid is for your help. It does not have any other meaning than to help you. It is not a part and parcel of your model. It is for your uh, initial help. So you will get the reference point, and from the reference point you will create another reference point. Okay, so you can see this way you can have it. Now if I go a little bit up and at story number 4, so you can see so this is at story number 4. So let's see. So I will draw that everything whatever is at story number 4, I will replicate on story number 3 also. So I will select it. So you can see I have selected a beam, I have selected another beam, I have selected another beam, and now the beam is selected. And then you can go to edit, then replicate, and now instead linear, I will go for story, and then I will click on story number 3. So apply. You can see it is story number 4. So if you go below, you can see it is at story number 3 also. This beam is drawn, this beam as well as this beam is drawn. Now if you go below, you will see that you are having these points. So let us select it. Then yeah, what is happening? Yeah, now this beam is not divided over here. So I will select this frame also, and then I will divide it. So go to edit, then edit frames, and in edit frames, I will apply. Now you can see that beams at intersection with selected frames and joints. So now I have selected 2 frames, and I can apply, and you can see now this is the beam. Only one beam is selected, another beam is selected. You can see that. And now you can see this beam is also divided. But now I don't want this beam to get divided, and then I will join it. So edit frames and join frames. So now you can see this is the total beam. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now these 4 frames will be replicated as story number. So this is story number 2. So if I go over here, you can see it will be replicated over there. It can be replicated over there. So what is about story number 1? Okay, so at story number 1 also I need, at story number 3 also I need. You can see it is at story number 2. So I will select story 1, 3, and 4. So you can already I have selected the beams that are to be applied at different stories. So you can go to edit, and you can go in replication. So replicate, then you will click on that, and now press Control, then select 3 and select 1, because it is already on story number 1. Now you want it to be replicated as story number 1, 3, and 4, and apply and close. Now you can see Let us start from above. So story number 4. So you will see that it is over here. Then story number 3, it is already there. Now we have already drawn it at story number 1 and replicated at drawn at story number 2 and replicated at story number 1. Now let's say that I want that also at so story number 1 I don't have it. So this cantilever and a beam over here. So if I want it on story number 2, okay, at story number 1, at story number 2, at story number 3, it is there. So I will select this. I will select this 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can check the 4 frames are selected. Now they are replicated as story number 1 and 2. So again, you can go edit, replicate, and story, and then press 1 and 2, because 3 and 4 already they are having. Okay, so apply and close. Now you can see at every floor level. Let's start from story number 1. So story number 1, you are having the frame like this. At story number 2, you are having the same frame. At story number 3, you are having the same frame. And at story number 4, you are having the same frame. So that means you can create a drawing at only one floor, and then either you can at the time of drawing the beams, you can use this similar option with similar options of your choice is already activated. But if you don't want that, you can create the entire framing on one floor, and you can replicate it on all other floors where your framing is same. Yes, clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
एक्सक्यूज
Yes,
मी
sir.
सर
Yeah.
सर अगर रेप्लिकेट करते टाइम सर अगर जैसे नीचे भी सेम बीम स्ट्रक्चर है और सर अगर
हाँ.
हमने रेप्लिकेट किया तो और मान लो बीम अगर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट साइजेस की है तो वो नीचे वाले अगर रेप्लिकेट करेंगे तो साइज चेंज हो जाएगा क्या सर?
नहीं 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 नहीं, जो प्रॉपर्टी उसका जहां पे आपने सिलेक्ट किया है उसके
हाँ
जो प्रॉपर्टी है वही प्रॉपर्टी, एग्जैक्टली वही प्रॉपर्टी will be created at upper floor. Later on you may change the property.
ओके
Yeah.
और सर अगर
uh,
अगर जैसे सर सेम बीम अगर नीचे रेप्लिकेट करी और अगर मान लो इस बीम और जो एग्जिस्टिंग बीम है अगर उन दोनों की प्रॉपर्टी डिफरेंट हो तो फिर जो रेप्लिकेट करेंगे उसमें फिर प्रॉपर्टी चेंज होगी या नहीं होगी?
नहीं नहीं, रेप्लिकेट करेंगे उसमें कोई प्रॉपर्टी चेंज नहीं होगी। बाद में आपको उसको सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा। मान लो ये प्रॉपर्टी आपको बदलनी है, ओके, तो आपको
रेप्लिकेट मींस
उसको
कॉपी तो सिर्फ हो रहा ना?
या
रेप्लिकेट मींस कॉपी तो सिर्फ हो रहा है, वो तो
yeah,
प्रॉपर्टी
yeah,
चेंज.
yeah. Copy. Replicate means copy. Actually, this is an American term, so I don't know why they call they could have called it duplicate, but they don't call it. See, their things are exactly opposite what British people will try to do. वो उनका पुराना हिसाब है, तो वो हमेशा वो वो लिफ्ट, इंग्लिश में हम लोग लिफ्ट कहते हैं, तो अमेरिका, इन अमेरिका दे डोंट कॉल इट लिफ्ट, दे कॉल इट एलिवेटर। अब एलिवेटर कहो या लिफ्ट कहो, वो तो ऊपर ही जा रही है या नीचे आ रही है। मगर वो बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं, वो हमारी स्टाइल अलग है। अब कलर का स्पेलिंग वो COLOUR हम लोग लिखेंगे, वो बोलेंगे नहीं, कलर का स्पेलिंग COLOR है। तो वो पुराना, उनका पुरानी दुश्मनी निकालते हैं और कुछ नहीं। बिकॉज अमेरिकन्स आर the people who were thrown away from Britain, जो उनके पॉलिटिकल राइवल्स थे, उन्होंने अमेरिका में भेज दिया, और जो क्रिमिनल थे उनको उन्होंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया भेज दिया। तो ऑलवेज उसकी वजह से See, Australia and England, they will behave just like we are dealing with India and Pakistan. तो एक्चुअली है वो एक ही, बराबर. पाकिस्तान तो
Yes,
हमारा
sir.
ही निकला है ना. मगर अभी देखो राइवली कैसे है. तो वैसे ऑस्ट्रेलिया और इंग्लैंड, वो लोग है इंग्लैंड के ही. वैसे अमेरिका और इंग्लैंड लोग है इंग्लैंड के ही. तो उस वजह से दे डू the things which teaches English people. So they call it replicate. So as this software is American, will also have to call it replicate. But replicate means duplicate. That you can understand, right? See why they call replicate, because they say that we are reapplying the things. So whatever we have created at first floor, we are reapplying at second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. That's why they say replicate. अब ये बस शब्दों का खेल है और कुछ नहीं. क्लियर हुआ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll go one step ahead. Now we will be going to draw the floor. That means slab. So if I go at story number 1, let's say this is my plinth level. So if I don't have basement over here, then I don't need any slab over here, because all these beams are resting at ground. So only tying members in case of parking, and for wall, to support the wall at ground floor, these beams are created. So here you don't need any slab, provided it is not a basement. So if you are having a basement, then you need a slab over here. But let's say we don't have a basement over here, so we'll not apply any slab over here. So we'll go to floor number. Okay. So I was talking about plan. So my story number 1. Okay, I will change the name so that there will be no misunderstanding. So I will go to edit, and I will go to edit story and grid system, and here I will click on modify show grid story data, and under this story number 1, I will make a change as plinth. So PL. Story number 2, I will call it as first story or first slab. Then this will be my second. And let's say this is my terrace. So terrace. Okay. And then you can see that all floors here similar. But let us say we'll apply no story. So we'll create uh, every floor separately. So I will apply none. Okay.
सर एक
So
का डाउट था, ये सर जो मास्टर स्टोरी है,
हाँ.
तो इसका सर फायदा क्या होता है? मैं यस नो मतलब कि इसमें समझ नहीं आया सर इसका.
See, he is asking me that whether I want this as a master story. If I say yes, means this is my master story. The benefit of this is that once I call it master story, I can make another story similar to this story. Otherwise, let's see, if I say no to this, and now I want, let's say this is plain and this is first story, I want this story as a similar to first story. So if I click over here, you will see that there is nothing. So then I will make this story as master. Okay. And then
ओके
if
सर.
I click over here, then that first story option is available.
ओके.
Okay.
ओके
So
सर.
unless and until you create at least one story master, you cannot have the same story, similar option not available to you. So any story you can make master story, not necessary that it should be first story. You can say second story master and first story similar to second, and third story or terrace similar to second. You can say anything. So it's all पूरा फ्रीडम आपको दे दिया है. आपको जिसको मास्टर करना है मास्टर करो. The only thing is that a similar story option can be operated only when there is at least one master story. You can create n number of master stories. Let's say I have first story, then fifth story, then say eighth story similar. Then I will create one of the story as master and make other stories similar to that master story. Right?
Yes, sir.
ओके. जैसे जैसे आप एक्सरसाइज करोगे आपको खुद खुद ब खुद पता लगेगा, अरे नहीं वो तो मास्टर स्टोरी नहीं है इसीलिए मैं सिमिलर नहीं बना रहा हूँ. तो हो जाता है, वो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अभी अभी थोड़ा मुश्किल लगता है तो बाद में बहुत सिंपल हो जाएगा. तो आपको एक्सरसाइज करने की जरूरत है. जितनी ज्यादा एक्सरसाइज करोगे उतनी ज्यादा प्रोफिशिएंटली यू कैन अप्लाई इट. Right? Okay. Now let's say I am at story number one. So I am at story number one. So this is my first story, and I want to create a slab over here. So how can I create? The first thing is that I
Go
have
to
to
define.
define. Unless and until I define a slab, it is not available for me. Now, let's say without a definition, if I go to draw and if I go to draw floor wall option and if I go to here, so now the sections, whatever are available, are only the sections which are already there in its default setup. But I don't know what is this slab one. So you can see by default, I am having deck one, none, opening, plank one, and slab one. So these are my default story options. But I don't know what are they. So I have to define a slab which I want to create. So anything you can create only before you have to define it. ये लॉजिक क्लियर हुआ? अगर आपने डिफाइन नहीं किया तो वो आपके लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है. तो आपके लिए क्या अवेलेबल है? जो आपका वो उस सॉफ्टवेयर में इनबिल्ट डिफॉल्ट अवेलेबल है. एंड देन यू डोंट नो व्हाट इज द प्रॉपर्टी, हाउ इट हैज बीन ड्रॉन. सो दैट अननोन थिंग्स यू कैन नॉट ड्रॉ. Either you have to see what is that slab one and then you will understand. Let's see how we can define the slab. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is a slab? Let's say this is my slab. Okay. And a slab is defined by its thickness. Right. So this is, let's say this is the thickness. So what is the thickness? So that thickness is to be defined by you. Let's say for this we'll define 125. Right. So 125 mm is the thickness of slab. Clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
yeah, now this slab is going to support the vertical forces. Yes or no? Maybe due to its
Yes.
self-weight, maybe due to its self-weight, that is dead load, maybe the live load as per your codal provision, and maybe there some floor finish. Or in some cases, there may be concentrated load. But normally the slab is supported by some UDL. So you can say this is your UDL. Now this UDL is always in kilonewton per meter square. Yes. Is this is correct? Hello. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now it is understood, or it is accepted, or it is assumed by the software that you know what are the types of loading that our slab is going to support. So if I apply a load in this case, does this slab will resist these loads? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I apply a bending moment on this, will it support? Hello. See, these are not the
Yes, sir.
part of
Yes,
these are
sir.
not the part of ETAP. These are the part of your basic civil engineering. So you must know why you are creating the slab. The slab will be the first purpose is architectural, that to provide a roofing. Okay, roofing. Then you may say that the slabs are supported the gravitational loads. So the gravitational load may be concentrated loads, or maybe uh, uh, UDL. Okay, so they are, these are the primary loads that the slab is supporting. Now many times the slab is subjected to the loads. Now now let me clear this, and let me assume that if I say this is my slab. Now if, what is the plane of slab? Let's say this is X and this is Y. What is the plane of slab? Hello.
XY plane.
XY plane.
So you can say the plane of this slab is XY plane. Now, if I apply a loading like this, does all these loads, forget about uh, their magnitude? So they are in the plane of slab, right? They are in the plane of slab. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I apply a load which is parallel to Z axis, does this load is in the plane of slab?
No, sir.
Perpendicular to the plane of slab.
So it will be perpendicular to the plane of slab. That load is called out of plane load. Out of plane. So it is not in the plane, but it is perpendicular to the plane of slab. That's why it is called out of plane. Now this out of plane will create a bending, depending on slab thickness and slab aspect ratio and supporting. But it will create either one-way bending or two-way bending. But in-plane loads will create either extension or contraction. Right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you want to resist these out of plane, then out of plane bending, out of plane action is registered by the depth of slab, and in plane action is registered by the area of the slab. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I will say that that depends. Let's say that I want a slab in such a way that it should not resist the out of plane loads. That means the the slab, let's say if I say this is the slab, I must provide a slab a bare minimum thickness. Bare minimum thickness. Just like any plane which is having say one mm thick. if I have a metal sheet of 1 mm thick, will it resist the out of plane loads? It
No,
will
sir.
easily bend, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So that is called something like membrane. Membrane. So membrane is capable to resist in plane forces. In plane forces. But it is not capable to resist out of plane forces. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So if I want a property of slab such that it should resist the in plane forces, but the uh, the resistance for the out of plane forces is negligible, then I will go for membrane. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So membrane concept आपको clear हुआ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more thing. There is one more thing. Let's say I want a slab such that out of plane forces will be resisted, but in plane forces will not be resisted, or the resistance against in plane forces is very very less, but resistance against out of plane forces is the slab is capable to resist. So the resistance against the out of forces is high, but resistance against the in plane forces is very less or negligible, or you may say zero. Okay, then that property is called plate. Right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say that I don't know whether this slab is going to resist out of plane forces or it is supposed to resist in plane forces, but I want to have a resistance for the same. So in plane forces, let's say these types of in plane forces or out of plane forces, resistance, it must resist. Then the property that I'm calling is shell. Okay?
सर
Yeah.
सर ये शेल समझ में नहीं आया एक बार
See, shell is capable to resist out of plane forces as well as in plane forces.
ओके सर
Membrane is capable to resist in plane forces, but out of plane forces, membrane is not capable to resist. Okay?
ओके सर
Then plate is capable to resist out of plane forces, but it is not capable to resist in plane forces. So 1 2 3 पहला इन प्लेन फोर्सेस रेजिस्ट करता है, आउट ऑफ प्लेन नहीं करता है. दूसरा इन प्लेन नहीं करता है मगर आउट ऑफ प्लेन करता है, और तीसरा दोनों करता है. तो आप क्या चाहेंगे?
दोनों करें.
Right. So now there will be no confusion that what you should do. Okay. So let's go to define. So go to define, then go to section properties. Under section properties, go to slab section. Then add new property. So let's say I want to create a slab of 125 mm thick. So I will say S for slab, 125 for its thickness, and M20 for its concrete. And let's say I want it to resist a two-way action. So I will say two-way. So this is how I define. But name, you can say anything. Let's say some people say that they create a slab for bedroom, they create a slab for living room, they create a slab for bathroom, they create a slab for passage, they create a slab for stair, they create a slab for balcony, and they write it like that. So that is again okay. So name is your choice, but I will call it as a uh, like this, but not necessary. You may have your own choice, your own preference, and everything is correct, nothing is wrong. Okay, so if you call this slab, let's say you are creating a slab which you are going for modeling in bedroom, then you may say bedroom. So you may say BEDROOM, and 125 for its thickness, and you may say two-way. So you may say TW. So that is TW means two-way. Anything. So you may have this approach. I don't mind. So name is your choice. So I will not use this, but you can use whatever suits you. Clear? Hello.
sir.
Yeah. The name is your choice. So I will say S125, then M20, and way 1 or way 2. So way 2, TWO. This is my way of defining a slab. And then I will choose, okay, we have not, we have created, yeah, M20 is there. And so I'm using material as M20. And now here you can see that is what shell thin, shell thick, membrane, and layered. So layered we are not using. That is used in wooden constructions where there are layers of slab of different materials. So that layered concept is not used in India. Either you can say membrane or you can say shell thin. So it's up to you. If you say it's shell thin, then it will be considered for resisting horizontal loads, that means in plane loads or gravity loads or vertical loads or out of plane loads. Right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you may see here it is a slab. So either you can go for slab, drop, ribbed, and waffle. So we are going for rectangular slab. So slab, and this is your thickness.
125.
Now this, and here is for your understanding, and here is for software understanding.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Then I will delete this. So that slab one I don't want. Then okay. Then I will also uh, find out that delete that. So only one section is there. Now I will create one more section, and that will be one way. So you can say that this is one way, this is one way, this is one way, and rest of small others are two way. So you can hold that. Now add new property. Then again I will go for the same thickness as S125. Grade will be also M20, and I will say way 1, one way. And then you will go for M20, then shell thin. Now this you have to consider membrane. I will, because unless and until you define it as a membrane, the one way action is not available over there. So you can say that membrane, and then you can click on that, use special one way load distribution. Then slab and thickness will be 125, and then okay, and okay. Clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will show you different ways of creating a slab, and that's why I will go one story at a time. Otherwise, you can use this master story, but I want to demonstrate everything in the single model. That's why I will not use that. But l- if you are having a similar, right now you can see that what is your first story plan. The same is for second, same is for third, and same is for terrace. So you can use that similar story option using here. Go to edit story, then modify it, then create story number one as master, then this and this also you can create first. So now if you create use if you do anything on first story, it will be automatically created at second and third. So that you can do, but I'm not going to use that because I want to show you different ways of creating a slab, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. सी मुझे कोई जल्दबाजी नहीं है कोई चीज सिखाने की. सो आई एम गोइंग वन बाय वन सो दैट यू विल नेवर have any confusion in your mind. Okay. uh, Otherwise this model I can generate within 5 minutes, but I'm not interested in that. So let's see that. Now the first option is that I will go to draw, and then I will go to this draw floor and wall objects, and here I will use this draw rectangular floor wall in plan and elevation. So I can use this. So click on that. Now when you're going for drawing a slab, then you first have to find out that now by default the deck is there, and you have to go for, let's say, two-way. So I'm checking that slab is 125 M20 way 2. So all two-way slabs I can create. And as I'm going in that uh, uh, rectangular, then either I go from one diagonal to another diagonal, or one diagonal to another diagonal, or right, uh, top to bottom, top to bottom, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anyway, let us start it from this point. So see that grade point A is selected, then pull down by pressing the left mouse button and go to point number 3. Clear? Yes. Then you can do it from this point to this point. Then let's say you can go and do it from this point to this point. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, so the only thing is that diagonally opposite points are to be selected. You can see that. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now, so that means individual panel you can click and you can select and you can draw the slab. But let's say I don't have that much time. So what I will do, I will drag it from this point to this point. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then I will draw it from this point to this point. I will draw it from this point to this point. And finally, I will draw it from this point to this point. But now see what has happened. You have created every slab as a two-way. You can see M20 S125 M20 way 2. So every slab is as a two-way slab. Now you say that, sir, this is my one way, this is one way, this is one way, this is one way, this is one way. Okay, you may say that this is two way, that I agree. But if I click on this, you can see entire slab right from this point to this point is drawn. Now this slab is resting on edges, but it is not resting on inner beams. Is that okay? Definitely not. Then I want to divide it. So how I can divide? I will click inside the slab, then I will select a beam parallel beams first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have selected them, right? And then I will go to edit, and now I will go to edit frames, and then in divide shells. Click on that, and then go to this divide quadrilateral triangles at intersection with visible grids or selected joint object or intersection with selected frame. So what you have selected? You have selected internal frames. So it will divide on the frames. So this is your option. Apply and close. Now if you see, now this is single, this is single, this is single, this is single, but this is not single. So then select this beam and then go to edit, edit shells, divide shells, and use that option, apply, close. Now you can see this is single. This is also single. Yes. So you can apply entirely one and then divide it. But now this is not your one way. Actually, you want this one way. You want this also one way. But actually, right now it is two way. So what I will do, I will select them, and I will select this also, and I will go to assign, and in assign I will go to shell because I have selected shells, and in shells I will go to slab section because I am selecting slab, and then I will choose the property that I want. Okay, apply,
Yes, sir.
and okay. Now you can see this is the slab. Now just go to assign, clear display of assign, and now you can see this is one way, this is one way, this is one way, exactly what you want. Now if I click on this, and if I click on this, you can see I will first I will divide. So go to edit shells, then go to divide shells, and see the
Intersecting.
option is already there. Apply and
Mm.
close, and
Mm.
you can see. Now this I will select, and then I will, okay, before that I will divide this also. So I will divide it, go to that, go to edit, divide frames, apply, yeah, divide frames, no, not frames, we are selecting slab. So we have to go to divide shells. So divide shells, and you can see the intersection has been chosen, apply and close, and now you can see this is separated, this is separated, this is also separated. Okay, now I will select this slab, I will select this slab. First I will change its property because from two way I want to convert it in one way. So after selection I will go to assign, I will go to shell, under shell slab, and under slab I will select the option, the property that I want to assign, apply, close. And if you go to assign, clear display of assign, now you can see that now one thing is problem, the slab span should be in the y direction. Yes or no? Hello, see this arrow,
Yes, sir.
it is parallel to longer dimension. Actually it should be parallel to shorter dimension. Yes or no?
Shorter dimension, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So select that, select another, go to assign, go to shell, and under shell you can go to local axis. Click on local axis and make the local axis, if it is 0 then make it 90, and if it is 90 keep it as 90 because 90 means parallel to y-axis, that I can assure. And then I will assign clear see the, it is okay. Hello, clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
I will select this, okay, and if I want this also as a one way, then I will go assign shell, slab, and section. See how many various conditions, how many various things I have told you. याद रहेगा? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So clear display of a sign. Now, if you want to know whether this is the right slab section, let's say that right now we have created only 2 slabs, so we can find it easily. But let's say you have created some, say, 20 number of different sizes, and you don't know which size you have chosen. So right click on that slab and go to assignment and see under section property, you can see this. Okay. So this is how you can see which slab or what property that you have assigned. So this is one way. Another way is that go to view, then go to set display options, and in display options, go to object assignment. Under object assignment, in the cell assignment, either you can go for sections. So section and apply and close. Now every slab will be showing its section. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
but now if you go to this assign and clear display of assign, it will not get cleared because you have done it through view. So अगर ये आपको निकालना है तो वापस view में जाना पड़ेगा, set display options, under display options, object assignment, and click this. So uncheck this and apply and close. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is about one option. Now the same way I can go, let's say, up to this. Now let's say I want to create an entire slab and then I want to divide it, but I don't want to use that diagonal option. So let's say that you are having some different size shape of the slab. So let's say that you will go to draw, then under draw you will go to draw floor wall objects, and now you are going for this polygon. Okay, so you can use this for rectangular as well as any other polygon. So let's say click on that draw, then go to property, so bring it somewhere here and enlarge it so that you will see what property. Okay, so 125 way 2 is the property that has been selected, and right now you are happy with that, so you will select the points. So 1, 2, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Periphery. So I am just clicking the periphery. And see, the grid point is highlighted, otherwise it will create some errors. And then this. Now you can see that you have created a slab, and if you see, entire slab is of one size. Okay, now you want to divide. Never choose all the edges directly. Go with parallel. So I'm using the parallel edges in one direction. So let's say these are the parallel edges that I have chosen, and then I will go to edit, and in edit I will go to edit divide cells, and in divide cells use this option, apply and close. No areas were found to divide. That means it is not operating that way. It has made some problem. Okay, let us see what is the problem. So you can divide one by one. So you will divide it like this. Go to edit cells, divide cells, and apply. Still it is not working. That means the connections are not clear.
सर
So
हम लोग सर हम लोग सेल्स को डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, बीम को नहीं।
अरे ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा था क्या?
आई थिंक
Okay. That's why it is not. So I was not.
हम लोग सर इंटरनल बीम सेलेक्ट करके फिर सेल्स को डिवाइड किए थे।
See, the cell is selected, then parallel beams are selected. Okay.
यस ओके सर।
Then parallel beams are selected, and then you have to go to edit and edit shells and divide shells and click OK. No, that is, yeah, it is not getting operating. That means, see, what I have done is a probable mistake is that I have not connected these points. Okay, so it is.
यस सर, हम लोग आउटर बीम में ही कनेक्ट किए थे ना, इंटरनल में नहीं किए थे।
नहीं, इंटरनल का करने की जरूरत नहीं। एक्चुअली यहाँ से ये पॉइंट मैंने नहीं सिलेक्ट किया था, डायरेक्टली यहाँ से यहाँ तक लिया था।
यस सर।
उसकी वजह से वो शायद नहीं कर रहा है। लेट्स सी, इट कैन सिलेक्ट दिस। लेट्स से आई वांट टू सिलेक्ट इट दिस वे, तो or I will use another option. Let's say I'm selecting the entire slab, and then I will go to edit cells, and under cells, divide cells, and instead of that, intersection with visible grids. Okay, and still it is not acting. That means something is wrong in the drawing. Okay, we'll forget that. We'll delete this. So very simple, delete it, and either you can create from this point. Let's say we'll apply rectangular slab with that previous option. So go to draw. So I'm setting it 1 point, another point, then third point, fourth point, and back to first. Then you can use 1, then 2, 3, 4, and so this is how clockwise. Then you can go from, let's say, from this point to this point, then this point, and this point. Or you can click this point, then 1, 3, 4, or enter also will do. So either you can click the first point or you can click the enter. Okay. So this is one way thing. Now for this and any other, okay, we'll see how it is to be drawn. So one more option is there. So go to draw and quick draw. So quick draw floors. See, this quick draw floors is drawn by clicking one point only. You can see that by clicking one point. So it will click and it will consider the surrounding grid points. Okay, so you can see here it is not considering the beam which is not on the grid. So you can see that it is creating like this. So the only thing is that here you will have option that you can quickly draw, and that's why it is draw quick slabs. But it will draw from one grid line to another grid line adjacent in x direction as well as in y direction.
एक्सक्यूज
Clear?
मी सर.
Yeah.
सर ये जो आपने सेकंड और थर्ड और फर्स्ट के बीच में स्लैब बनाई है सारी वन वे है ना सर?
नहीं नहीं, अभी तो टू वे, वो वन वे आपको बाद में करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं, वन वे करना पड़ेगा, होगी वन वे ना सर? ये
विच वन? ये
कोने वाली जो कॉर्नर्स पे है, ये जो छोटे स्ट्रिप जैसी बनी हुई है, स्ट्रिप जैसी. हाँ ये वन वे बनेगी ना सर?
हाँ.
और ये दो कोने वाली है, ये भी वन में बनेगी सारी, जो भी कोने वाली है.
वो उस पर बात करेंगे. सी देर आर चॉइस. सो हम लोग जब स्लैब डिजाइन करने जाएंगे ना, तो उस वक्त मैं उस पर आपको एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन दे दूंगा. सो इट इज definitely it is as per your, but right now if you are going for any software always go load transfer is always by the two-way action. So whatever may be your aspect ratio, actually that's a design point and उससे ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. हम लोग करेंगे जब when we will start design of two-way and one-way, that time I will explain you what you should consider. But right now I will only say that never ever constrain yourself by some blind or some hypothetical things. Try to think on that. What will happen if I design it as a two-way? What will happen if I design as a one-way? Whether one way is economical or two way is economical, in which case it is economical and in which case it is not uneconomical. जब आप ये सारे ढंग से बात काम करना शुरू करेंगे, then you will become something as a special structure engineer. अदरवाइज क्या होता है, मैं हमेशा लोगों को बोलता हूँ कि जैसे स्काउट में जाते हैं ना, तो बताते कि जब ओल्ड एज लोग रहेंगे रोड पर, तो उनको रास्ता क्रॉस करने के लिए मदद करना. अब इसमें कुछ गलत सिखाया क्या वो ट्रेनर ने?
नहीं सर.
मगर होता क्या है, वो बच्चा जैसे रोड पे जाता है, जैसे उसको कोई बूढ़ा दिखाई देता है, पकड़ के उसको दूसरे छोर लेके जाता है. और पहले पूछो उसको जाना ही क्या नहीं है. बराबर है ना?
यस सर.
यस सर.
हाँ, तो कॉमन सेंस क्या है कि सारी चीजें ठीक है, वन वे टू वे, मगर पहले देखो उसमें आपको कौन सा बेनिफिट है. अगर बेनिफिट है तो डिजाइन इट एज अ वन वे, अगर बेनिफिट नहीं है तो डिजाइन इट एज अ टू वे. बात करेंगे. सी इफ यू फॉलो एनीथिंग ब्लाइंडली, देन वो बच्चा जैसे बूढ़ा दिखाई देता है, वो पकड़ के उसको वो रोड पे लेके जाता है. वो बोलता है अरे रुक, मेरे को जान नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो सर ने बताया है, जैसे कोई ओल्ड एज वाला दिखाई देगा उसको रोड क्रॉस करने को मदद करना है. राइट?
यस सर.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
या
सर जब वन वे या टू वे जैसे हमने डिफाइन करी, जैसे बीम या कॉलम करे थे सर हमने डिफाइन, तो उसमें हमने जैसे कॉलम के ये रेनफोर्समेंट के डाया भी एंटर किए थे. तो ये चीज सर स्लैब के केस में नहीं है क्या सर? जब हमने डिफाइन करी तो उसमें रेनफोर्समेंट का कोई भी रोल नहीं था.
नहीं होता है. एनालिसिस के लिए उसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, डिजाइन के लिए आपको उसका जरूरत पड़ेगा. एंड राइट नाउ वी आर वर्किंग ऑन एनालिसिस ऑफ द मॉडल.
ओके 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 सर, यही डाउट था. यस.
देखिए, जब आपको डिजाइन करना है तो आप सोचेंगे ना उसमें रीइंफोर्समेंट कितना डालना है.
सर कल बीम और कॉलम था ना, इसलिए पूछ रहे थे कि
तो बीम में हमने क्या रीइंफोर्समेंट डाल दिया?
नहीं वो सर वो डाया उसने पूछा था ना.
देखो सी I will go back, I will go back and I will show you the frame section. See this. go to modify show property. यहाँ पे कहाँ आपने reinforcement डाल दिया है? यहाँ पे नहीं डाला ना?
इसमें आप किए थे ना मॉडिफाई शो बेस, उसके अंदर जो मटेरियल डाले थे ना।
यस सर,
वही बोल
ये
रहे
वाला
थे।
बोल।
हाँ, ये चीज
मटेरियल
बोल रहे
प्रोवाइड किया है,
थे।
मटेरियल
मटेरियल
प्रोवाइड किया है,
यस सर।
मगर reinforcement कहाँ उसमें पुट अप किया है? बार डाया वगैरह कुछ नहीं दिया है।
यस
बस
सर।
यही पूछ रहे थे सर।
कॉलम में प्रोवाइड किया सर, कॉलम में।
कॉलम में किया है, तो कॉलम में क्यों किया है वो हम बात करेंगे उस पर, थोड़ा उसको टाइम लगेगा, 1-2-4 सेशन के बाद हम उस पर जब डिजाइन में आएंगे ना तो बात करेंगे कि व्हाई ही इज आस्किंग सम reinforcement इन द column sections.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah,
That's
if I go to this and if I see this modify show, and if I go for this, here he is asking you what is the effective cover, what is the bars in x direction, what is the in parallel to 3 and parallel to 2, what is the reinforcement. यहाँ पे वो सारी चीजें पूछ रहा है, मगर यहाँ पे बोल रहा है reinforcement to be checked और reinforcement to be designed. वो सारा बीम में नहीं पूछता है, या स्लैब में तो वो reinforcement भी नहीं पूछता है, तो जाएंगे उस पर भी जाएंगे. Right now we will just see the first 3 sessions. I am concentrating on how to use the commands available in ETAP. Later on, when we will be going for actual modeling, we'll do all these things and we'll get out of all these confusions. Okay?
ओके
सर,
सर।
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Somebody is asking me some
यस
query.
सर, एक चीज पूछनी थी जो आपने शुरू में बताई थी ना, कि जो लाइव लोड है और डेड लोड है, तो जो आपने कहा था कि यूडीएल सपोर्ट करता है स्लैब को,
राइट?
यूडीएल, तो जो कॉलम जिस पे स्लैब रखी हुई है वो यूडीएल हो गई क्या सर, स्लैब के लिए सपोर्ट करने के लिए कॉलम के जो?
Okay, see, in that case, let me show you, there is a basic difference between architectural model and structural model. See, actually, this is your beam. Let's say this is your beam. Now, actually, the beam is having length as well as cross section, but you are in your assumption, you are in if you are going in strength of material or any section, you draw it as per your longitudinal axis only, and you say that this is your support, and this is also your support, and finally you say that the beam is having a span of this, and this is your beam. So you are considering this is mathematical model and this is your physical model. So the physical model consists of 3 dimensions, but mathematical model is considered based on your mathematical analysis data required. Here we don't need to show the width of the beam and depth of the beam, or here what is the size of the column. We say that this is my support. Okay, and this support may be column, this support may be another beam, right? So mathematically we are converting a physical model in a mathematical model. Okay, so that
Yes,
is
sir.
the basic difference. See, and that the actually I was going to deal with that, but you have asked earlier, so I am explaining you. So see, this is your mathematical model. It is, though you are getting here a size of the column like this, just to give you the indication what is the orientation of column. It has nothing to do with this cross section. It's a point. The support is a point. Okay. For a
Yes, sir.
slab, a support is a edge, and for a beam, support is its end points or any other midpoint where it is having some different configuration. So we are considering this as a mathematical model. Never ever compare this with your architectural model or physical model or three-dimensional model. Right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now you okay. Let me show you the 3D structure over here. That extrude structure. So go to view, set display options, and extrude frames, and apply and make it. Now you can see, if you clearly see you get the column outside, the edge of the column is outside the edge of the beam,
Yes, sir.
but practically the edge of the column is at the edge of the beam, or beam is facing at this edge. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that is the difference. So this is not a not a physical model, it is a mathematical model. So don't get confused that नहीं नहीं ये सर ये तो बीम आपने कॉलम आपने बीम के बाहर निकाला, एक्चुअली ये तो बीम का फेस और कॉलम का फेस एक ही है. या यहाँ पे देखेंगे तो you can see that this beam and this beam, they are connected at center, and the column is also at the center. So this is the point that is of interest for our structural model. So why it is showing? It is just showing you for your visualization. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. नहीं क्लियर हुआ तो डिजाइन के टाइम में ये क्लियर कर दूंगा, बट डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज विथ अरे नहीं नहीं ये तो बाहर गया, मैं तो एक्चुअली एक लाइन में चाहता था. वो लाइन वगैरह वो आपका आर्किटेक्चरल मॉडल है. यहाँ पे वी आर कनेक्टिंग एवरीथिंग एट अ पॉइंट,
Okay,
and
sir.
that point is considered as a rigid unless you make some different assignment to that. By default, the point is rigid. Rigid means it is not allowing any rotation about any axis. It may allow a deformation, but it will not allow any rotation. Clear?
Yes, sir.
या दैट्स वाई मैं हमेशा लोगों को कहता हूं कि सॉफ्टवेयर सीखना ठीक है, मगर उसके पहले आपके कंसेप्ट क्लियर कर लो. अच्छा है आप लोग हमारे साथ ज्वाइन हुए तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. बहुत सारे लोग इस बारे में बताते ही नहीं, और दे जाने दो. Okay, so this is how we were over here. Right now, if I select this, then I will modify this by dividing. So edit shells and divide shells and divide it like this. So I will click on that. So this has been divided. Now this I will divide like this. So apply. Then I will clear this. I will divide this, and you have to divide it one by one. Many times there is under you people, I don't know why, but the people are very hurry in creating the model, and they fight with corrections for that model for 5 to 10 days, and still they don't get it. So it's always good to do the things with understanding. Okay, so this is okay. So okay, now I will close this, and I will go to assign, select, and clear selection. So if something is selected and you want to get it cleared, you can go to select and then clear the selection. If you have assigned some display, then you have to go to assign and clear display of assign. Okay, so that is the basic difference. So if I select this, and now I do not want this thing to select get selected, then I can go to select and then clear selection. So that will go get. But now if I say assign something, and let's say I assign something different, and then okay, we'll assign. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll assign the one-way action over there. So we'll assign frame, section property, and yeah, not frame. I'm going, yeah, shell, slab section, and under that 120, apply and close. Now this is the display of assign. So I have assigned, and because of that, he has given me the display of assign. Now this, if I want to clear this, I will go to assign and then clear display of assign. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then you can draw, of course, you can draw a slab over here. So go to draw and draw rectangular floor and draw it by this point to this point, and then you can select and you can assign a frame, shell, slab section, and one way. Apply, close. Now, okay, I will go to that clear display of assign. So this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. So this I have to change the size, that orientation. So I will go to assign shell. Under shell, I will go to local axis, and in local axis now it is already 90. So I will keep it as it is, and you can see the things are there, and clear display of assign. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I can straightway I can select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I will check that 15 because I don't want to get myself confused. So I will recheck over here 15 shells, and that's why I have counted while I was selecting. Okay, so the 15 shells, only the 15 shells are selected, and then I will go to replicate. Now this is on second. I want to replicate it on third and fourth. So I will go to edit, and I will go to replicate, and in replicate I will go to story option, and then terrace. I will press control and choose second. So second is already there, and there is no fourth. So I will replicate it on terrace.
Sir,
Okay. Yes.
फर्स्ट फ्लोर भी तो रेप्लिकेट करते हैं.
फर्स्ट पर हमने ड्रॉ किया है ना.
अच्छा.
सी फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे हमने पहले ही ड्रॉ किया ना इंडिविजुअली.
यस सर.
या सो द फर्स्ट इज क्लियर. You can see second is clear, third is clear, fourth is clear, and now if I now let's say I am at base and I want to see whether I have assigned a support to this or not. So I will right click on it, and you can see UX, UI, UZ, RX, RY, RZ. This is a sign of fixed beam. So displacement in X direction, Y direction, and Z direction are restrained because this is restraint. Then rotation about X, rotation about Y, and rotation about Z is restraint because this is restraint. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can see up to this we have created the slab, and now if you want to see how your structure looks like with the slab, you can go and edit, go to view, set display options. Under display options, object assignment. Under object assignment, you can say general. In general, extrude frames and extrude shells.
Yes.
तो स्लैब का थिकनेस भी आपको दिखाई देगा. So apply. So it will be applied only in one flow. You can check it. So this is how it is looking. Yeah, the frame. Okay, go to view, set display options. Under display options, extrude frame and extrude shell. Both. Apply. Okay. So this is how your structure would look like. Now what is remaining? You have applied the supports. You have created every floor framing at every floor. Now it is a time to apply the loads. Yes.
Yes, sir.
इतना sufficient है क्या? Can I continue?
आज के लिए इतना काफी है सर.
हाँ, मुझे वही सी दैट इज अ नाइस, क्योंकि मैं हजारों बार कर चुका हूँ, इसीलिए मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. बट यू पीपल आर, मेनी ऑफ यू, आई थिंक फ्यू ऑफ यू माइट हैव gone through earlier somewhere YouTube channel etc. But many of you everything is new, so वो हजम नहीं होता. तो एक दिन में ज्यादा खाना अच्छा नहीं है.
यस सर.
तो उतना ही खाएंगे जितना हम उसे एब्सॉर्ब कर सके.
यस सर.
थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए, और अगर इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम है, नहीं समझा, ऐसा कुछ है, तो प्लीज यू कैन आस्क मी, बिकॉज स्टिल यू कैन होल्ड फॉर 10 to 15 minutes just to clear your doubts.
सर.
या
सर एक चीज पूछनी थी कि बेंडिंग मोमेंट स्लैब में बेंडिंग मोमेंट को रेजिस्ट करने के लिए डेप्थ होती है,
राइट,
जो आउट ऑफ प्लेन लोडिंग होती है बेंडिंग मोमेंट,
हम्म,
और इन प्लेन लोडिंग को रेजिस्ट करने के लिए क्या डायमेंशन होता है सर स्लैब का?
तो लेंथ एंड विड्थ है ना बाबा.
अच्छा.
See, let us see that. See, you are having this. So this is your, let's say, this is your area, and you are pushing this area. So all this area will try to apply the resistance.
Yes sir.
Now, if you are pushing this entire area in this direction, it will be resisted in this. So here the width will come in picture. In one case, length will come in picture. In another case, width will come in picture. And if you are having the depth,
then bending moment,
it will resist this. How it will resist this? How much will be the deformation? That is the study of strength of material and theory of structure. वही सीखा ना हमने वहां पे.
yes sir.
See, civil engineering is a common sense. The only thing is that common sense is not very common. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि जैसे सी, अगर आपको एक बेहतर स्ट्रक्चर इंजीनियर या बेहतर सिविल इंजीनियर बनना है, तो नेचुरली क्या हो सकता है, ऐसा सोच लो. तो we are following rules of nature. What is structural mechanics? What is physics? For understanding rules of nature. अगर चीजें ऊपर से नीचे गिर रही है तो क्यों गिर रही है? Because everything is attracted by the law of gravity. See, when I was in this say a school, our professor started the lecturer of geography he said that this is our earth, and let's say we are over here. Okay, so we are standing over here. So let's say this is one man, and now exactly here is somewhere Australia. तो अगर ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया का आदमी यहाँ पे है, तो मैं बोला सर, अगर ये हम लोग यहाँ है क्योंकि वी आर सो दिस पर्सन विल फॉल डाउन क्योंकि ग्रेविटी एक्ट्स डाउनवर्ड्स। ये तो उल्टा हो गया ना। मान लो एक सेंट्रल नॉर्थ पोल पे ये आदमी है, अगर ये यहाँ पर खड़ा है तो साउथ पोल पर ये आदमी है, ये तो इसका सर हो गया, तो ये ही विल fall down. Yes or no? So what we say that Earth gravity acts downward is half truth. Gravity always acts at the center of Earth. So if you are here, gravity will act like this. If you are here, gravity will act like this. If you are here, gravity will act like this. So gravity is towards the center of Earth and not just downward. But as the perimeter of Earth is very, very large, we feel that we are going downward. Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
तो ये सारी बेसिक चीजें है। Yeah, in our first session of the engineering mechanics, our professor has said that this is a block. Okay, the block is fixed over here. The block is fixed over here by some wall. Let's say this is a wall. Okay, and now this block is pulled in this direction. The block exerts opposite force, but the block is not a living giant. It's a material. How the material understand that somebody is pulling you? Think about it. How the material understands that somebody is pulling, and then material provides a resistance. ठीक है, लिविंग के लिए मैं कह सकता हूँ कि यू हैव अ सेंस, और मे बी जैसे आप कुत्ते की डॉग की पूंछ खींचेंगे तो डॉग इज अ लिविंग थिंग, so he understands, then he tries to pull it. But how this material, which is not having any life, how this material is understanding that somebody is pulling, and then he is providing opposite force? Think over that. Yes. बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेरी है, क्वेश्चन है क्या? हेलो।
हाँ सर।
बहुत डिफिकल्ट है?
यस सर।
सोचना, थोड़ा गूगल करना 1-2 दिन, फिर मैं इसका आंसर, बिकॉज दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग that we are learning in strength of material or applied mechanics. When the material is subjected to external force, the material raises that force till its capacity, and once the capacity is reached, it starts yielding. होता है ना ऐसा?
यस
मान
सर।
लो ये मान लो आपका ये स्टील रॉड है, and somebody is applying a tensile forces. The rod starts getting expansion, but it is resisting. So here you will get a resistance like this.
Yes, sir.
This resistance load is more than the resistance, then it starts
Building.
or finally it will break, depending on the force is continuously increased. But how this material, which is a rod, understand that somebody is pulling or somebody is pushing? That is my question. थोड़ा देख लेना, बेसिक देख लेना, स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल, अप्लाइड मैकेनिक्स, वहां पे आपको इसका आंसर मिलेगा. मैं आप लोगों को प्रोवोक करूंगा सोचने के लिए. भले आपको आंसर ना आए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, मगर सोचना जरूरी है. बिना सोचे बस एफ इक्वल टू एफ अपॉन ए. कितने लोगों को लगता है ये सही है? फोर्स डिवाइडेड बाय एरिया इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा.
No, sir. No,
कितने
sir.
लोग
It should be internal resisting force.
Yeah, that is R. Actually, R is equal to F. That's why we say that stress is equal to force upon area. But actually, it is not force upon area. It's a resisting force upon area. है, छोटे छोटे चीजें हैं, मगर जब ये तो आपको इंजीनियरिंग सब्जेक्ट में मजा आने लगेगा.
Yes,
चलो
sir.
थोड़ा ये आउट ऑफ सिलेबस हो गया, बट actually every engineer must think like that. That is what I feel. Some of you may not agree with me, that is okay. है ऐसा कोई जो मुझसे एग्री नहीं है? The thing is that, see भैया, हमें सोचने पर किसी ने बताया ही नहीं कि यू शुड थिंक. बोले नहीं नहीं, ये फॉर्मूला मगअप कर लो, you will get 5 marks, 10 marks, you will clear your subject and you will get certificate. और हम उसी पीछे लगे. अगर आपको सीखना है तो आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. और वही लोग आगे काम कर सकते हैं जो सोचकर अपना डिसीजन बना लेते हैं. हो सकता है इनिशियली उनकी सोच गलत है, मगर जैसे जैसे समय बीतेगा उनको समझेगा कि वेयर दे आर गोइंग रॉन्ग, देन दे विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग करेक्ट थिंग्स एंड दे विल सुपरसीड. मगर जो नहीं सोचता है तो उसे हमेशा किसी का एडवाइस लेना पड़ता है. नहीं नहीं यार, मुझे ये बताओ ना, ये कैसे है? तो वो आदमी उतना बताता है, वो बोलता है चलो मेरा काम हो गया. दूसरे दिन दूसरा प्रॉब्लम आता है, बोलता है अरे वो तो ठीक था मगर इसका क्या करे? हर टाइम तो आपको कोई एडवाइजर नहीं मिलेगा ना.
यस सर, बिल्कुल.
तो
Yes, sir.
आपको आपकी थॉट प्रोसेस ही एडवाइजर का काम करेगी, अगर उसे डेवलप किया तो. अगर नहीं डेवलप किया तो आपको एक्सटर्नल एडवाइजर की जरूरत पड़ेगी, और हमेशा वो आपके पास से चार्ज लेगा, और चार्ज लेने के बाद पता नहीं उसने आपको सही बताया या गलत बताया. Because you have no ways to measure whether he is saying correct or he is misguiding you. So I will say that you can listen my sessions, you can listen n number of different trainers session, but think on कि क्या ये सही है, ये क्यों सही है, और गलत है तो क्यों गलत है. तो आप भी एक दिन एक बढ़िया या आपको खुद को अच्छा लगे, यस आई एम अ स्ट्रक्चर इंजीनियर, आई कैन सॉल्व अ प्रॉब्लम. और हर दिन आपको नया प्रॉब्लम मिलेगा. ऐसे नहीं है कि आपको ऐसा ही प्रॉब्लम मिलेगा, क्योंकि ऐसा प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन तो आपको पता है कि मैंने सीखा है, मगर हर दिन ऐसा ही प्रॉब्लम मिलेगा, इसकी कोई गारंटी है? नहीं है.
नहीं सर.
every model will be different. So how you can तो क्या हम हमेशा सीखने के प्रोसेस में ही रहेंगे? नहीं, अगर आप थॉट प्रोसेस इंप्रूव करेंगे तो इंप्रूव जो किया आपने वो आपको मदद करेगा नए प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए. Okay, any problem or any confusion or any doubt about this, whatever we have learned till? Because next session I'm going to apply the forces, and then I'm going to apply various forces on various elements, slab, beam, etc. And then we'll analyze it, and then we'll see the results, general, and then we'll go to a practical problem. So there will be 2 more introductory sessions where we'll be dealing with some arbitrary numbers, and then we'll start with real problem with a real architectural drawing with real dimensions, so that थोड़ा मजा आएगा आपको कि यार ये सही है. तो we are going on the right track, or you need some something different?
सर जो भी सर वर्कशॉप होता है उसमें सर बेसिक क्लियर हो सकता है क्या हमारा?
तो ये क्या है? बेसिक ही है ना.
नहीं, जैसे सर शेयर फोर्स कैलकुलेट करना, बेंडिंग मोमेंट कैलकुलेट करना टाइप से.
यस यस यस, वो सारा चीज हो जाएगा. मैं बताऊंगा जैसे जैसे हम सी वन बाय वन वी आर गोइंग अहेड. One by one we are going. See, don't consider this, though this is a arbitrary dimensional and arbitrary process, but the thought process or the thinking style that I am trying to develop in your mind is the same. So practically वही होगा ना. Practically क्या होगा? स्लैब का डायमेंशन ही बदलेगा ना.
यस सर.
स्लैब कॉलम तो नहीं बनेगा, कॉलम बीम तो नहीं बनेगा, बीम सपोर्ट तो नहीं बनेगा, मतलब फाउंडेशन नहीं बनेगा. जो फ्लेक्चरल बिहेवियर है वो फ्लेक्चरल बिहेवियर ही होगा, जो टॉर्शनल बिहेवियर है वो टॉर्शनल ही होगा, और जो एक्सियल कॉम्प्रेशन एंड बाई एक्सियल मोमेंट और यूनि एक्सियल मोमेंट वो वही रहेगा ना. बस मुझे फॉलो करते जाइए. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग यू, बिकॉज सी many of you may be practicing, but I am considering all of you as a new to the engineering model, and मैं थोड़ा ब्रश अप भी कर रहा हूँ. शायद आपको इसमें से कुछ कंसेप्ट पता हो तो आपका रिवीजन हो जाएगा, और पता नहीं है तो आपको पहली बार पता चलेगा कि ऐसा होता है प्रैक्टिकली. क्लियर? या
सर.
हाँ
सर जैसे अपन ये तो ई टाइप अपन सीख रहे हैं सर.
हाँ.
तो इसके अंदर सर ये भी सर इस पे भी थोड़ा फोकस करिएगा. ये चीज ये मतलब अपन इस जगह लगा रहे तो क्यों लगा रहे हैं ये चीज. जैसे मैंने आपसे वो डाउट पूछा था ना वन वे स्लैब का, वो मेरे दिमाग में इसलिए आया था क्योंकि टू वे स्लैब क्या होता है, चारों साइड रिजिड सपोर्ट रहता है उसका टू वे स्लैब का.
ओके.
लेकिन जब अपन कोने पे जा रहे थे तो वो जो उसपे कॉलम का सपोर्ट नहीं था 2 पार्ट्स में, तो इसलिए वो वन स्लैब बनेगा, वन वे स्लैब बनेगा. तो मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था सर वो चीज. तो वैसे भी सर थोड़ा
नहीं, डेफिनेटली हम सारी चीजें सी. अभी वी आर नॉट एंटरिंग इन राइट नाउ. वी आर a little bit away from that design process. Right now we are concentrating on generating the model in a proper manner.
ओके
तो
सर.
जैसे वो स्टेज आएगी मैं आपको सारी चीजें बताऊंगा. डोंट वरी
सर
अबाउट इट.
आप वो बोल रहे थे कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव भी होना चाहिए, ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि वन में है तो वन में मतलब
वो
कौन सी
बताऊंगा
इकोनॉमिकल
ना.
होता है.
नहीं बताऊंगा. I will take 15 to 20 minutes that I will explain you why, but that will be at the time when we will be designing it. Okay.
Sir, I am getting interest in this subject, sir, structures. That's why, sir, I have told you to tell.
No problem. See, the thing is that we are here to develop your interest in the structure engineering. मैं ये नहीं कभी दावा करूंगा कि मेरा कोर्स खत्म होने के बाद आप एक्सपर्ट स्ट्रक्चर इंजीनियर बनाएंगे। आपको इतना पता चलेगा कि अगर एक्सपर्ट बनना है तो क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा, और वो आप जब आगे 2-3 साल उस पर काम करोगे तो आपका प्रोसेस डेवलप होगा टुवर्ड्स द एक्सपर्ट इंजीनियर। देखिए भैया, जब मैंने शुरू किया था मुझे कोई बताने वाला नहीं था, और मुझे आई वाज लिटरली working on structure engineering, analysis, design, or reading the codal provision, finding out why the codal provision is used like that, why some permissible stresses are there, why it is not going, what is about deflection criteria. तो ये करते करते मेरे कम से कम 5 से 7 साल निकल गए उसमें, क्योंकि मुझे कोई एडवाइस करने वाला नहीं था। जिनको मैं पूछता था तो बोलते थे फिर क्या कॉलेज में क्या किया। अरे मैं बोला कॉलेज में आप लोगों ने जो किया वही हमने भी किया। कॉलेज में कौन स्टडी करता है यार, मैंने तो नहीं किया था, मैंने नहीं किया था। या
एक्चुअली बहुत सा प्राइवेट कॉलेज में जो टीचर है उनको खुद ही नॉलेज नहीं, तो स्टूडेंट क्या पढ़ाएंगे।
नहीं, ये तो आप आज की बात बोल रहे हैं, मगर मैं मेरे जमाने की बात कर रहा हूँ। मुझे आई पास्ड माय ग्रेजुएशन फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग पुणे, एंड दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कॉलेज इन इंडिया। और वहाँ पे मेरे जितने भी प्रोफेसर थे जिन्होंने हमें सब्जेक्ट सिखाए वो सारे डॉक्टरेट थे। कोई भी ऐसा नहीं था कि he has not completed his PhD। तो मैं ये तो नहीं कह सकता हूँ कि हमारे प्रोफेसर को नहीं आता था, वो तो उनके जमाने के टॉप रैंकर्स थे, फिर भी हमने काम नहीं किया जो वो बताते थे। मगर बाहर आने के बाद जब हम काम करने लगे तो पता चला कि अरे नहीं, सर बोल रहे थे वो बिल्कुल सही था, तो मैंने दोबारा किया। बराबर है।
यस सर।
तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आज के स्टूडेंट ही पढ़ते नहीं है। अब आपके पास ये बहाना हो गया कि सर हमारे प्रोफेसर को ही नहीं आता तो वो हमें क्या सिखाएगा।
हाँ सर, हमारे प्रोफेसर को तो नहीं आता था, मैं ये कह
नहीं,
सकता हूँ।
वो बात बिल्कुल सही है, वो बात बिल्कुल सही है।
रीजन
मगर
इसका ये है सर कि अब ये जैसे मैंने 18 में पास आउट हुआ बीटेक, अब 15 वाले पढ़ा रहे हैं, 16 वाले पास आउट वाले पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो उनको सर उतना
बराबर है। ये नहीं, आप जो बोल रहे हैं वो क्लेम कर रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल सही है, मगर ये क्लेम मैं नहीं कर सकता था क्योंकि मुझे जो पढ़ाते थे वो उनके सब्जेक्ट के डॉक्टरेट थे। तो दैट इज अ बिग अचीवमेंट, पीएचडी इन योर सब्जेक्ट। मान लो हमें जो आरसीसी सिखाते थे वो पीएचडी थे, और थियरी ऑफ प्लेट्स एंड सेल्स में उन्होंने पीएचडी किया था। तो ये तो नहीं हम कह सकते ना कि हमारे प्रोफेसर को ही नहीं आता था फिर भी हमने काम नहीं किया। कहने का मतलब क्या, स्टूडेंट लेवल पे हमें वो पता ही नहीं चलता है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, बाहर आने के बाद पता। और ठीक है ना, अभी अभी आप जाग गए तो यू आर डूइंग द सेम थिंग, तो करेंगे, साथ में करेंगे, क्या फर्क पड़ता है।
सर
या
सर मैं ये कह रहा था कि अभी हमारा जैसे सारी चीजें ये खत्म हो गई है और अब हम वो स्टार्ट करेंगे लोडिंग वगैरह का, तो हम लोग एक क्लास ऐसे रख लेते हैं जिसमें हम लोगों को जो भी डाउट्स हैं छोटे छोटे तो वो हम लोग क्लियर कर सके, क्योंकि मेरे को कल ही सॉफ्टवेयर मिला है तो मेरे को थोड़ा सा सर टाइम चाहिए होगा। अगर बाकी सब लोग भी कर सकते हैं एडजस्ट तो देख लीजिए सर।
मैं आपको बोलता हूँ, अब सब लोगों को एडजस्ट करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। जब भी आपको कोई डाउट है यू कैन कॉल मी,
ओके सर।
and definitely you can if you want that we'll have one additional session on that, don't worry about it
Sir, before starting
Yes.
of loading and all, that's why I was.
नहीं, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। you can go through my recorded sessions again, and even if you do not understand then you can ask me within the class, no problem। पूछना आपको पड़ेगा, मैं यहाँ बैठ के नहीं कह सकता कि आपको समझा या नहीं समझा।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल, वो तो कह रहे हैं। बिल्कुल
तो मैं हमेशा लोगों को यही कहता हूँ कि भैया अगर आपको कुछ चाहिए तो आपको मांगना पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल
ये
सर,
भगवान का भी रूल ऐसा ही है। अगर
बिल्कुल सर।
आप भगवान से मांगेंगे नहीं ना तो वो बोलेगा शायद बंदे को जरूरत नहीं है तो क्यों दे।
ठीक है सर।
तो मांगना पड़ेगा। मांगने
ठीक
के
है
बाद भी नहीं मिला ना तो दोबारा मांगना पड़ेगा। क्यों नहीं देते?
ठीक है
मेरा तो हक बनता है ना।
ठीक। हाँ सर।
कि घर में जब आप बच्चे थे तो आप किस खिलौने के लिए रोए थे ना?
जी सर।
आपके पिताजी या एल्डर्स जो नहीं दे रहे थे तो आपने रो रो के उनका हाल बुरा कर दिया जब तक वो नहीं मिला।
जी सर।
तो सेम वे यू कीप ऑन आस्किंग मी सो दैट मैं बोलूँगा नहीं यार बंदे को अब देना ही पड़ेगा।
ठीक है सर। ठीक।
ऐसा नहीं होगा। मैं आई विल ऑलवेज ट्राई टू सी दैट योर डाउट्स आर क्लियर्ड, but even if not cleared you can call me anytime. I will have a session one to one with you on phone
ओके।
and within the class also. And if you all of you if you think that you need one more session just for your clearance of your doubts, then we will have that also. ऐसा हमने कहा किसी को लिख के दिया है कि नहीं नहीं एक बार सिखाया हुआ दोबारा नहीं बताएंगे।
नहीं सर, अभी एक्चुअली सब लोग हैं, इसीलिए मैं जस्ट बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर सब लोग एग्री करते तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज मैं फिर पर्सनली भी आपसे बात कर लूंगा इसके बारे में।
नहीं नहीं यू पीपल कैन डिसाइड। आप लोग एक दूसरे के साथ कनेक्ट रहो, यू कैन डिसाइड। एंड अगर आपको लगता है आप में से 3-4 लोगों को भी लगता है तो वी विल हैव वन मोर एडिशनल सेशन फॉर दैट।
जी सर।
यार क्या फर्क पड़ेगा यार, 1-2 सेशन ज्यादा हो गए। हर चीज थोड़ी पैसे में गिनी जाती है।
नहीं नहीं
Yes,
सर।
sir.
या
Sir, one
Sir, I
additional
have a
thing.
suggestion. If someone is having like someone is having extra doubts or something like that, then we can extend the class just like today, something 15 or 20 minutes more in the class. So
या
if someone is having
that
doubt, he
that is
can
also a
they
good,
can ask, and if the others are don't have, they can exit. So that it's my
yeah,
suggestion.
that is also a good choice. That is also a good suggestion. We'll make see what we'll try to cover the things up to 9 o'clock, and after 9 o'clock we'll have 15 minutes for getting our doubts clear. ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं। See, एक बार डिसाइड किया ना, मेरा कहना इतना ही है, एक बार डिसाइड किया ना तो देयर आर n नंबर ऑफ वेज, राइट?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है सर।
तो हाँ, so if you have any queries then you can ask, or otherwise we'll conclude today's session because right now it is 9:30.
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, our next lecture will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow?
That I think it will be day after tomorrow, but that you will get informed by our team management.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, actually yesterday I didn't had any connection. There was a connectivity problem in my house, so I couldn't conduct the session. But tomorrow there will be no session because the batch of today I'm going to conduct that in tomorrow. So all if you people have you can connect at 9 o'clock, then we'll work for 30 minutes so that you people you can get your doubts cleared. But that class will be only for 30 minutes and you people will ask me the query and I will answer it. That is up to you. You can talk to our management team and I'm always there. See, 7 to 10 I have reserved for the training LBA people, and even then I will give you my phone number also so that you can call me on phone anytime. मैं एक या 1:30 बजे के पहले सोता नहीं हूँ और 7 के बाद मैं 7 के पहले उठता भी हूँ, so you can call me up to 12:30 also.
ओके सर।
यस सर।
Okay.
सर
Yeah.
सर कल का दिन थोड़ा रिवाइज करना है, तो कल सेशन नहीं परसों ही रखिएगा सर। सेशन थोड़ा रिवाइज कर ले सर इस चीज को जो पढ़ा है, तो
Right. चलेगा,
रिवीजन इज आल्सो नेसेसरी सर।
Yeah, that is very important. That is very important because see, सुनने से कोई एक्सपर्ट नहीं बनता है, नहीं तो सचिन तेंदुलकर देख देख के सारे तेंदुलकर बनते थे। कम से कम उसने 100 सेंचुरीज मारी है, तो मैंने खुद उसमें से 30-40 सेंचुरीज देखी है, तो शायद मैं भी क्रिकेट सीख सकता था देख देख के। नहीं होता है, देख के कोई एक्सपर्ट नहीं बनता है, काम ही करना पड़ता है। बराबर है ना?
यस सर।
Yeah. So that is good. You can practice tomorrow, and day after tomorrow will provide additional 30 minutes for your doubts.
ओके सर।
यस सर।
Okay.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.